Let's take a look at the role that rewards play in habit change. A lot of literature on habit formation focuses on two different types of rewards: extrinsic and intrinsic. Intrinsic rewards being the sense of internal meaning and fulfillment you get from doing a task, and extrinsic rewards being the tangible reward that you get to incentivize you to complete a task or achieve a certain goal. But when you look a little bit deeper at each of these rewards, it's actually much more challenging to implement into your habit loop than you might think. Take intrinsic rewards, for instance. It would be nice to intrinsically motivate yourself to follow through with your habits, but unfortunately, that's not always the case. Like doing squats at the gym. You'd be hard-pressed to find any beginner who finds inherent enjoyment from the act of squatting. In fact, it's awkward, painful, and a little bit embarrassing. But we know that squats will make us stronger and give us butt cheeks of steel, and so we do them anyway. But that kind of reward, looking and feeling great, can take a really long time to materialize. So many of us become disheartened and give up before we've given ourselves a chance to see those results. At the same time, we can't always rely on extrinsic rewards either. Your boss isn't always gonna be there to give you a gold star every time you do a good job. If you rely too much on extrinsic rewards, what's gonna happen the second that gets taken away? You're gonna struggle to find that drive to complete the habit. And something really interesting and damaging happens when we don't get our expected reward. It triggers what behavior experts call prediction error. Let's say that you think you're gonna get a donut after you complete a project. That's the reward to yourself. After you finish the project, you get a small hit of dopamine with the anticipation of getting that delicious pastry. But then when you get to the bakery, you realize the store is closed. No treat for you. You haven't received your expected reward, and as a result, the science shows that your dopamine levels will actually drop way below baseline. This is the feeling that many of us recognize as crushing disappointment. And as a result, the connection between doing your work and getting a reward has weakened. And so now you're less likely to take action in the future. Okay, since we can't always rely on intrinsic and extrinsic rewards, we need to start thinking about rewards differently. To do this, we need to look at cumulative and concurrent rewards. Cumulative rewards are those that we don't necessarily notice on a daily basis, but over time they grow and give us a sense of accomplishment. Like when you've been meditating every day for 2 months and all of a sudden you realize that you're much calmer and haven't snapped at your partner all week. Or when you realize that your savings grew to $1,000 after making small contributions for months. And then there's concurrent rewards. These are simultaneous rewards you experience while you're doing the habit itself. And they can be an excellent way to trick yourself into doing things you don't want to do. Kind of like a habit sneak attack. With some habits, the concurrent rewards will come naturally. It's the runner's high you get when you're pounding the pavement or the endorphin boost you get during yoga. Sure, it might feel like a bit of a slog when you're first getting started, but you've got to admit that it really makes it worthwhile when you get those good vibes. With some other habits, well, you have to get a little bit more creative because let's be honest, not many people get high off of cleaning their bathroom or coding spreadsheets. But there are ways that you can make even the most boring and difficult tasks more rewarding. If you really hate working out but love socializing, you might want to hit the gym with a friend. Or you could commit to only watching your favorite TV show while running on the treadmill in your basement. If you have to do your taxes, you could hit your local cafe to work in a novel environment with great coffee. Or you could take a page out of Greg McKeown's book. The author of Effortless says that when he and his family are cleaning up after dinner, they crank up the Disney hits and sing like crazy. Whether they're concurrent or cumulative, rewards tell our brains that the habit is worth doing again in the future. But the good news is you don't have to rely on intentionally implementing rewards forever. Once your desired habit becomes, well, a habit, you don't really need to trick yourself into doing it. Even the most subtle rewards will keep things going because you've already built up so much momentum. But until then, making use of the human's brain love for rewards is gonna help you push through the first few months of habit development. All right, it's time to take action. Head over to exercise 13 of your workbook to attach some compelling rewards to your habits.